Hello and welcome to my review of Samsara by Guerlain. Am I pronouncing that right? I say Guerlain because I can't speak French very well, but yeah, it's a very difficult word to pronounce, but if you're into perfumery in any way, shape or form, then you'll know who I mean. So yeah, this is kind of a double review. I have the Eau de Toilette and I have the Eau de Parfum. The reason I'm going to kind of do a comparison review is because with this particular perfume there is a distinct difference in the way that they smell. Sometimes with perfumes it's, you know, Eau de Parfum just means a longer lasting version. With others sometimes the notes are even different, but this one definitely has a distinct difference between the two concentrations. So it's an Oriental woody fragrance that came out in 1989. I was 9 at the time, so this is a very nostalgic perfume for me. I'll just quickly say that I think it's one of the greatest perfumes ever made. I'll probably go so far as to say that it's actually art. It sounds weird, but this is one of those perfumes that literally kind of unfolds and takes you on a journey. This isn't just, you know, your regular floral fruity. This is a masterpiece of a perfume, so excuse me if I gush over it a little bit. So and if you don't know anything about Guerlain, or Guerlain as I call it, they're actually a perfumer. They're not a designer, you know, like Dolce & Gabbana or Christian Dior. They're an actual they're actually considered a niche perfume brand. So this is what they do. They know how to do their shit properly, and believe me, they've got more perfumes than you probably ever would see in a department store. So many of which I want to try. So yeah, on to the review. So what's in this perfume? So yeah, it's an Oriental Woody, 1989. The top notes are lemon, bergamot, ylang ylang and peach. Odd note there for me because I don't get that at all. The heart of it is narcissus, jasmine, iris, orris, violet and rose. And then the base is musk, tonka, sandalwood, vanilla and amber. So I've had them, well, I've got the Eau de Toilette on this hand and the Eau de Parfum on that hand. I'll go into the differences in a minute, but I just want to tell you the overall feel of what this perfume feels like, because judging from the bottle and box, which I'll quickly show you now, and the name, they're both 100ml I've got. Samsara is kind of themed around distant lands and deserts and kind of Arabia, India, that kind of feel, and they really have encapsulated it into a perfume, which is amazing. I love it when a perfume takes you on a journey, and this one does, not only in the way it smells, but like I said, the way it kind of unfolds when you wear it. It's just the best. So yeah, the bottles are the same. This is the Eau de Parfum one. I don't have the box for this one, but yeah, it's kind of looks kind of like a strange, like a love potion-y kind of bottle, I think. It's got a Samsara there in gold. It's got a gold rim around it. I'm not going to talk about the different formulations because there are different reformulations of the perfume in itself. Like there's a vintage version of this that I'd love to get my hands on, but I don't know which ones I've got, so I'm not going to go into that. Gold and red, very kind of, I think, expensive looking perfume. The box is very shiny and red, and I'll just quickly show you the other bottle is Eau de Toilette, but it's pretty much exactly the same. It just says Eau de Toilette and that one says Eau de Parfum. So yeah, the overall feel of this, it's when you smell it, it is literally like, it's like an explosion of oriental smelling kind of jasmine, sandalwood, incensey, powdery sexiness. That's the only way I can describe it. It's literally a head turner. And it always has been. It's just one of those perfumes that stayed at the top of its game. You know, it's not disappeared. I reckon this will be around forever. It kind of makes me think of faraway lands. It's very rich smelling. The powderiness of it is in no way light or, you know, fluffy. The iris and violet in this, because of what it's together with, give it a real rich kind of powderiness. It's just amazing. It's a powerhouse perfume. It's going to get you noticed, and the trail that it leaves behind you is pretty much intense. This is one of those perfumes that can fill a room. It's one of those ones that I used to sit on a bus every day, and this same woman in the morning got on the bus, and it was like a Samsara filled bus. Not that I minded, because I love the smell, but it's that overpowering that it can be pretty dangerous, so be careful. So the differences between them, I will say that this is the Eau de Toilette, this is Eau de Parfum. The differences between them, the distinct differences I get are, this one rounds out a lot quicker. This starts to get to the heart notes a lot quicker than this one. This one kind of feels so much more woodsy and dry. It's a lot drier smelling than this one because of the sandalwood. Sandalwood is quite a dry note, and because it has an overall kind of dry, incensey vibe, that's what I get more from this, the Eau de Parfum. So it kind of holds on to its intensity a lot longer, and I mean more intense woodsy, not just the intense in strength. It does that too also, but yeah, so I kind of just wanted to add to this as well. Sorry if I've moved, I just actually moved myself and then restarted to record, but I also wanted to say that each one kind of veers off in its own direction, but they do at points come together. It's really, because it's so multi-layered and it's complex and it's a very well thought out perfume, you get different bits at different times, which is what makes it really hard to describe. But there are points when it's like, I go like that, and they do smell similar, but then 5 minutes later, they've changed again. So it's a real tough one to describe, but I will just say, like, the overall feel of it is something very exotic and sensual and sexy, and definitely worth trying out. But yeah, that's it really. I just want to put that little bit in, but yeah, now on to the end of the review. Okay, bye. I don't get any peach from it. I don't really get any lemon. You're just hit with such a rush of exotic sandalwood and jasmine. It's just, it's one of those brands. I take the lid off sometimes and I just go, well, I don't want to, when I'm not necessarily wearing it, but I love to do that. I'm addicted, I think. But yeah, so this one gets to the heart notes. This one feels like the main wear length of Samsara, much quicker than this one. I actually prefer this one though, as it's more kind of intense. I like my perfumes to be more intense. Oh, sorry, the door's just buzzed. And yeah, so it's just kind of, yesterday I let this one dry right down, the Eau de Toilette, and for the first time in my life I started to feel the sweeter notes of it come through. I got the vanilla at the end of the day. I've never smelt vanilla in this, but yesterday, because I was going to do a review, I actually started to really wear it and really try and feel it. And the tonka, this has got tonka and amber and vanilla of quite kind of sweet, powdery notes, and they do kind of come through in this a lot quicker than this one. I don't think they show themselves as much in the Eau de Parfum as they do in the Eau de Toilette. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, this one turns a lot sweeter. I've never smelt such intense vanilla. My body chemistry kind of does amp vanilla a lot, so that's probably why. But yeah, I think if you want to keep hold of the darker side of this, the real sensual, sexy, I would go for the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Toilette is, dare I say, easier to wear. Samsara is not an easy to wear perfume. It's very occasion, nighttime, going out dressed up for me, I think anyway. But yeah, that's my review basically. I would go for this if you're a little bit more nervous of filling an entire room. But spray with a light hand anyway. And that's it really. I could go on about it for hours, but I'm not going to because I know it kind of gets a bit samey. But yeah, definitely just one of the most intense and amazing perfumes ever created on this planet, in my opinion. So go and try it out if you haven't ever. If you haven't, you should. Hurry up. Alright, that's my review of Samsara. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to do a few more today as well, so I'll see you in a minute. Bye!